I feel like yesterday I sounded kind of cold when I was talking about COVID-19 and I was saying that I agreed with my people's decision to release the bioweapon. And here's the deal. If there's anything I know, it's that the Earth's population is getting up there and the Earth's resources are being depleted rapidly, and that the only way to save the planet is to reduce the population of the planet and for the people that survive on the planet to change their behavior. And I've known that for a while, but that doesn't change how bad I feel about COVID-19. Just yesterday I was reading the news from all over the world, because I read a lot of different type of news. And I was reading about Africa and how they're getting overwhelmed with cases, even though, like, when you look at the chart, it's like Africa has no cases of COVID-19. But then the governor of this state just died, and the governor of this state just died. And I came across this guy from Tanzania who's the president, and he says that maybe we have wronged God somewhere. Let us all repent. He said this at the funeral for the chief secretary who died. And he thinks that they can defeat COVID-19 through prayer. And he says that last year, the reason they beat COVID-19 is because they prayed. He says, this is a quote, "We managed to defeat these respiratory diseases through prayer last year. I am sure we will do so this year." And the thing about last year is that last year, no one had traveled to Tanzania. Tanzania hadn't had a chance to get overwhelmed. So in my opinion, what happens with COVID-19 is it starts like this, and then it goes like this, and then it starts to go like that. And then eventually people get scared and it goes down a little bit, and then it mutates. And so I feel like a lot of people are kind of like the Blackfeet Indian who wrap eyeballs around their belts to help them hunt. Like, they think that they need to appease God somehow by doing something silly. It's kind of like Jewish people offering burnt offerings back in the day. Oh, if we only just killed enough lambs, then suddenly we'll appease God and everything will be okay. That's not really how it works. What happens is science rules, and science is what decides what it decides. And what it feels like it's deciding is that people are stupid and people make bad decisions. So what I'm trying to say is I feel bad about sounding cold yesterday when I said that I agree with the decision to release COVID-19, but I do. And the reason is because I think the planet is going to destroy us if we don't save the planet. And we all want to go clean up the ocean, but what happens when we clean up the ocean? It keeps getting trash dumped in it. So like there's no way to clean up the ocean enough because people are going to keep dumping trash in it. And we all want to have more oil, but the fact of the matter is oil will run out and there's nothing we can do about it. And so I don't know. I feel like I'm going to get murdered over talking about COVID-19. And I feel like that's kind of just what happens when you're the guy that speaks for the people that kill that many people. And I mean, you have to understand, I realize that someday someone that has lost their sense of smell and they're lost of taste and that feels tired all the time and that and that their grandmother and their mother died or something is going to come across me and want to shoot me. And that's just kind of how it works. But I think my job is not about me, it's about my people. And so I'm going to keep that mindset no matter what happens. So yeah, you guys can go pray. You can be like the leader of Tanzania who thinks they need to pray more. And the reality is I think that Africa, a lot of the people there, there's nothing they can do to fight COVID-19 because they don't have the resources. They're not good enough at science. If they want to have the resources, they need to move to the United States and run for public office, pretty much. It's the only way. But yeah, I'm sorry for sounding cold.